Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and we're going on with our focus here on each of the different units on every faction to see how I would use them during multiplayer, give you an example of what their abilities do so you can decide if this is something that you would want to use, since I'm getting a lot of feedback that newer players are having difficult knowing what all these abilities do. They're getting frustrated playing multiplayer matches, they're spending all this time with the asynchronous matches, and they're just not quite sure what to do and how all these different units, because if you're certainly new to the game, you have all these different factions, all these different units, you're like a little bit overwhelmed, especially if you're not familiar with the basic mechanics. Likewise, I've also kind of changed how I'm doing the multiplayer matchups with the audio, so let me know how that's going, if you're enjoying those videos with the new format or not, and I can make some changes. And finally, if you're a newer player or an experienced player and you want to play an online match against me, I'll upload it onto the multiplayer matchups. Happy to do that. Just make a private match, make the password classy, send me a message here on YouTube, and we'll see if we can get with what your Slytherin account name is, so I know which game to join, and we can see what we can do. I can give you a feedback on the match if you're newer and need that, or if you want to beat me up in front of all the subscribers, that's great too. Good fun, and I'm down with anything. So next unit we're going to move on to is, again, another HQ unit with the Blood Angels, so it's going to be the Sangunary Priest. Now, I've kind of showed you how I would use these guys on some of my other matches, because he's a buffer, he's a healer, and you're generally going to want to keep him in the back lines. He can defend himself. He is a pretty good melee unit if you had to do that, but again, his utility is sitting back, healing your units, because all of your units as Space Marines cost a lot of points. They're all fairly good at, like, everything. Every unit has a use. And then by getting all of his other buffs, that it's just a great unit. So I just have a 4 selected like I'd actually do like if we were playing on multiplayer here. I think this would be a pretty solid 1500 point army. You could make some arguments about getting a tech priest, getting some heals and things, but again, we're going to be playing against AI. It's not going to be that difficult. So what is the Sanguinary Priest? He is a healer unit and a buffer unit, as you probably were able to assume with what I was saying earlier. He is a little squishy though. He only has 180 points. He's got 2 action points, which is what the fist is. He's got 4 movement, 5 armor, and 10 evasion. Costs 145 points, so not too bad for what all the things he can do for you. He has no different weapon kits compared to the other units. So he's got a standard bolt pistol, which is the same as every other bolt pistol, 6 attacks, base attack as 6 to 8, and he's got armor piercing of 3, 90% accuracy, and for every tile it falls down 10%. And then he has the chain sword, which has 2 attacks, 33 to 45. For the base damage, again, what base damage is the model he's attacking in the squad will take that damage, and if there's multiple models in a squad, the splash damage will be 19 to 27 to 1 unit in the squad. It has armor piercing of 5, so he can do damage to just about anything. His abilities are Heal Thy Brother, which is a healing ability for non-vehicles, 35 for every model in the squad. He's got Righteous Exhortation, which affects all allies, including pretty much anything that's around him here, and it gives you plus 25 melee damage, and it expires in 2 turns. And it has Remembrance of Blood, which energizes with the red thirst of a single friendly unit. So what that does is it gives 40 momentum. So great unit. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get rid of one of the dreadnoughts, and because I'm a little curious, I haven't tried this in the past, but I wonder if that melee would also work on the vehicle here, because I've never actually tried that, but it doesn't say specifically that it wouldn't. It says that all allies it should work, so I'm going to try that this time. And then this will give 40 momentum, but you only have that for 2 turns. So if you're going to try to use this to surge and empower units, make sure you can do it within 2 turns. And then we'll bring out our 2 Sanguinary Guard and a Dreadnought here. So let's show off his abilities here and see what we can do. And last time we had done some of these other factions, so we'll move on to Khorne. And again, you'd want to click the skull because that sets who you want to be your commander unit. And generally you are going to want it to be somebody that's going to be in the back line so they don't get killed.
Sanguinius watches over us. My power is yours.
Let's use your quickening ability, get you up there. Oh, god damn it, I did that last time too. Painful.
I go where I am needed. Sanguinius, watch over us.
Alright, let's get you up here.
Stands with you. I sense a future adversary. I sense the enemy.
Gonna have to be a little careful I don't get jumped by a bloodthirster, because that is a real possibility, and he would be able to kill you if that happened.
Sangunary priesthood serves the will of the chapter. Confirmed. The blood of Sanguinius flows.
Alright, let's run
in
guys
my
up as
veins.
much as I can here.
There will be poetry to their deaths. A wise course of action.
Let's just do something like that. Up, he's got skull cannons back there.
Taking fire! Victory for the Bloodblades. Victory for Skyfall.
Alright, so kind of like how we did it before, we're gonna do Righteous Exhortation here. Boom. And that does work on these guys. Alright, I did not know that was the case, so that is good to know.
The blood waits.
And then, who do I want to give momentum to? Probably you.
Fear not the fury of
And you need to heal yourself for sure.
it is your right.
Yeah, we'll give you this. And I need to pull you back.
Service.
And you are going to charge over here and take down the Bloodmaster before he can summon anybody. Nice.
What is your plan? There is little left in this universe that I have not witnessed.
Well, you're not really going to get a kill. So I don't know if it's really essential that I pop that ability here.
My vigilance is eternal.
I kind of hate to let him do that to you, but the reason I want to do that is if I move the Dreadnought up here, I can flame and kill both of those Bloodletters.
Opening fire.
Like that. Then you can start working these guys down.
Affirmative.
Oh, the other thing I was going to do is the whole reason I brought this is to do the momentum gains for us, but so much for that, I guess. It's kind of late here.
Leave no room for doubt, brothers. Sanguinius carries
Alright, well, if I bring you to here, then you can do this. And jump here. Oh, shit. Well, I was expecting you to land somewhere else. Is he going to be able to attack you? He is, unfortunately. You know what? Let's come over here. Bring you over here. Bring you here. Oh, man. Alright, well, we're going to come back. Being very inconsistent. There we go.
On my honor. When the day's darkest, we prevail.
Alright, so you're hiding back here. And I guess let's just bring you back this way, because I'm sure he's going to get some attacks onto you.
Victory for the Bloodblades. Victory for Skyfall.
So pretty sloppy.
Resist. The enemy waits for us. Needs acknowledged. They defeat you.
Good. Alright, well, let's move you over here.
Sanguinary Guard at your disposal.
Let's do that. And I'll let you attack into here. And they're down. You've got extra attack here. I'll let you charge so you don't get a counterattack. And now you can surge. And you can finish those guys off.
With grace.
And we'll move you over here.
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
Let's kill those guys. You can attack here.
Only service to the Emperor. With haste.
Alright, shield is Sanguinius. Get that extra HP. Get you over here.
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
You guys heal each other. Get you there. I was kind of hoping I was going to be able to get enough momentum that I could do some things here, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Yeah, I kind of figured he was going to do some charge attacks. Alright. You are still pretty far behind, unfortunately. Alright, come over here.
Sanguinius. You will fall before me.
Man, I was really hoping
My chainsaw
to get
thirsts
more
for
momentum
their
here.
blood.
So I don't think I'm going to be able to show it here, unfortunately.
I am ready to
Wait, here, I can do it this way. So what you can do, now this is going to be a bad example, but let's say
fear not
I had this guy here.
great angel
What it
brothers.
does, what you can do is you can empower, and that'll get you plus 75 melee damage. This will get you 80 momentum plus 80% bonus HP. Or the important thing about that more people are going to use is the empowered heal. And if you started off with this here being totally the full momentum, and then you empowered, what you can do is you can do this extra powerful heal, get 80 HP, and then you would have a regular heal, which would give you another 35 HP heal right after that. So that's how you could technically heal twice in one turn, but because I had already used up one of my things, I was unable to do that. But that is how you would in fact do that if you wanted to. Very, very powerful, as you can imagine.
My will never tires.
Alright, Surge. Let's go ahead and attack these guys. I guess you might as well just do this. Maybe you can get the kill, maybe you can't, I'm not sure. Yeah, not great. And you can heal yourself, I guess.
Sanguinius, watch over
But that is how you use your Sanguinary Priests.
The sanguinary priesthood serves the will of the child.
Gonna charge through, I would imagine. Alright, beautiful. Alright, and I wanted to add one more thing on to my Sanguinary Priest benefit here for how to use the characters. So I wanted to show what happened. So we kind of talked about how to use this chalice here. So normally it gives you 40 momentum, right? So we'll click and we'll give it here 40 momentum. But the other thing you can do is if you have the lieutenant, and I did show this but I didn't specifically say it, so I want to make sure you guys actually appreciated it. So you saw that it did 40, but if you use the Graces of the Angel first, which doubles momentum by 50%, we'll do that. Now if I use the chalice, it gives 60 there and 60 here. It can do upwards of 70 as well. So if you want to get more bang for your buck with the chalices here, definitely make sure that you use the Graces of the Angel first before you end up using the chalice, because then you can get over here, do additional momentum gains, and get more bang for your buck. So make sure that you know about that too if you are going to try to use these to synergize units. I've had it used against me several times, and it definitely is an absolute nightmare when they end up getting 70 momentum on the Predator tanks. It runs in there, gets some kills, and then can just run around and get an additional attack right on the first go, or with these librarians when you can then jump in, get an attack, and then the following turn end up getting to use one of these abilities here that's empowered. So I just wanted to add that in case you were unfamiliar with and were unaware that stacking the Embrace of Blood with the Angels of Grace does in fact stack and gives you 50% momentum gains. And that lasts for 2 turns, as does the Embrace of Blood. So things to consider when you're playing with the Sanguinary Priest. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how to use your Sanguinary Priest, get those buffs, and see what you can do with things. If you're enjoying these videos, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.